Welcome to our newest data structure. It is a data structure, but there's two things that are a little odd about it. Number one, it's a supportive data structure, meaning we're about to learn about graphs here in a week or two, and without disjointed sets that we're going over right now, we would not have graphs, or at least we wouldn't have the graphs that for some applications that we really needed for. Let's just put it that way. Disjointed sets also just use a list. And we're very used to lists, so that part's really super easy. And by the way, you see two things here. The list is what it would look like for coding wise, and you know how to code a list. So that's why there's not going to be a ton of code when it comes to this. But I'm also drawing things out in theory, because what happens is that in a graph, if we end up with cycles in a graph, that's really bad news. Because think about it. Let's pretend you're going cross-country trip and you end up in a cycle somewhere. Obviously, your map wouldn't be very good with that. So we have to use disjointed sets because what it does is it does just that. It puts things into sets and we can make sure that we don't end up with a cycle. Like in this example right here, all of these individual items that are being highlighted right now are individual sets. What we can do is we can try to avoid having anything that ends up as a cycle, and that would be bad, and that'd be some of the functionality in a disjointed set that we would check. Before we added a node into a set, does it make it a cycle? And if it does, we don't do that because of our graphs. It's not really because of the disjointed set. It's the application that the disjointed set is helping for the graph. Yeah. So this is a fundamental underlying data structure that's supposed to help out even a bigger data structure from there. So these items that I'm using right now are node numbers, and you're going to see that used in graphs and stuff like that. These values, the values of the nodes themselves could really be anything. I'm just trying to keep it short and sweet and easy for us. But the values that we contain inside of the list, they have meaning. So heads up when we start diving a little bit deeper into our disjointed sets data structure.